This video will go over how to manage and edit calibrations in the Inspection Setup menu. Calibrations serve a variety of purposes, including, but not limited to, setting object threshold scores for accuracy, setting object quantities that are expected in inspection, setting object orders and overlap percentages, masking image areas, and modifying inspection overlay results. Start by entering the Inspection Setup menu. Next, choose Manage Calibrations. Here you will see a menu with all of your made calibrations. In this case, we will be dealing with Demo 1 Cal. You can add, remove, or edit calibrations. Here we will add calibration, which creates a copy of Demo 1 Cal. You can also edit the name of your calibration in this area here. You can set a description for your calibration, select Order Disabled or Enabled. In this case, we will go with Order Disabled, and you can set your score threshold for detecting objects. In this case, we will put 50%. You can select an object detector or a classifier, and you have a number of options in the Select an Option drop-down menu, including adding an object, removing an object, adjusting an object score, modifying an object quantity, modifying overlap, and modifying all settings for an object. Here, if you want to add an object, you can name the object, the quantity expected, the score percentage threshold, the order, the overlap percentage required, and you can set your logic type. Options are defect, mask, and clear logic. Make sure you always save your settings before proceeding. You can also remove an object. You must also always highlight the object you wish to remove prior to removing it. You can also adjust your score, which will be simply modifying the score percentage threshold, for example, 50 in our case here. You can modify the object quantity. In this case, we are expecting 2 of this object. You can modify the object overlap. In this case, we cannot set an overlap with undefined positions. We must use detect or draw on an image to set the expected position. This is not applicable for our example. You can also select Modify All Settings and change any of the settings for this object. Overlay settings refer to how your results are reported from inspection. You can set these options in the calibration that you create for your specific inspection. You can select your overlay text color. You can select your overlay background color. You can select your overlay font. And you can select your overlay text position. You can check Show Boxes and Scores if you'd like to see the boxes for each individual object and their corresponding scores. Or you can select Display as List if you do not wish to see the boxes and simply want a list of the results. Additional options include selecting your logic type. In this case, a defect would be an object that is determined to be a defect. You can mask to mask certain objects or areas in an image. Or you can clear logic to simply remove any kind of logic type. You can also import a calibration file if you have a preset calibration file. You can detect or draw on an image, which allows you to select an image and detect or draw on that image to determine your objects and scores. And you can also query a database, which allows you to select a date range and a part number and search for the best scores from your inspection. It'll provide you an option of part numbers to select from and will specify the step in which you want to extract the scores from. In this case, we will select Demo Part Number, Step 1, and we can do the last week of results, for example. In this case, since we have not deployed this detector or done live inspection, we don't have any data to extract. Make sure you always save your calibration before proceeding. This concludes our video for modifying and editing calibrations in the Inspection Setup menu.